Sup everybody and welcome back to the channel, The MMA Guy. Today we're going to talk about Paddy Pimblett and what do I think of him as a fighter. And I repeat, as a fighter, okay? Not as a person, because I believe he's a good person outside the octagon. But before I go ahead and tell you why I don't think Paddy Pimblett is a good fighter, I need to tell you what are my standards of a fighter, a good fighter, a great fighter, an amazing fighter, before I go on. So let's get into it. A fighter to me is somebody who's got a lot of hurt, who no matter what the damages he'll take, he'll stand his ground and he'll fight back or won't give up. And on that note, I think we can say that Paddy Pimblett is a fighter. I mean, the guy literally stops punches with his face and he keeps standing and fighting. So the guy is a fighter. And sometimes, I mean, that's all you need to win fight. A fighter can be a good fighter, a great fighter. You know, if you got the will to win, that's all you need, right? We've seen it plenty of time where normally the better skilled fighter actually loses against the better fighter of the night. So Paddy Pimblett is a fighter. Now, let's move on to what is a good fighter to me. And I should say MMA fighter, okay? A good MMA fighter for me today is somebody who is well-rounded, okay? I'm not saying you have to be super duper good everywhere, but you have to be well-rounded, okay? And of course, you need to have a lot of hurt as well. I mean, same as a fighter, but just a good fighter. Now, let's move on to what is a great fighter to me. Well, a great fighter is entertaining, and take note on that word because I believe it's fairly subjective, okay? What is entertaining for me might not be for you, all right? I know, for example, Khabib Nurmagomedov used to be boring for a lot of people, but not for me. Same back in the day with GSP. It used to be boring for a lot of people, but not necessarily for me. So it's fairly subjective, but I will still use it. A great fighter is entertaining, he's very well rounded, he's really good everywhere, and perhaps he's got one or two skills where he is much better at, like he's a better striker, a better wrestler, or perhaps he is both, but he's still very good everywhere. Now let's move on to what is an amazing fighter to me. Well, an amazing fighter is the full package, alright? He's entertaining, he's got a lot of hurt, the guy is very well skilled everywhere, and if not everywhere, he's got one or two areas where he's just so good nobody can stop him, like Khabib Nurmagomedov, for example. So now let's go back to Paddy Pimblett. Well, you can argue Paddy is a good grappler, although I still think it remains to be seen. But up until now, he hasn't really imposed his game, he hasn't been really dominant. Do you know what I mean? So it's not enough for me to put him as a good fighter. Besides, if we look at his weakness, that, I mean, is clear as day. His defense in striking. I mean, the guy fights with his chin up in the air. And it's been like this pretty much through his entire career. So I'm wondering, why is it that this particular weakness hasn't been fixed? To me, that's a problem, all right? I'm not telling you that he should be super duper good. Now you have my standard, all right? But I mean, that's a big problem. And you can hear his coach in his last fight against Gordon telling him, tuck your chin. And you see Paddy Pimblett trying to fix his problem by tucking his chin and shrugging his shoulders. But the problem is, I mean, that's good that you're trying to fix it during the fight. I mean, that's better than nothing. But you can clearly see that he hasn't worked on it, or not enough. I mean, there is a problem, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. To me, as of right now, today, Paddy Pimblett is not a good MMA fighter. He's a fighter, no doubt about it, but he's not a good MMA fighter. And perhaps in the future, he'll fix this problem and he'll be a better fighter. Who knows? But as of right now, he's not. That's my opinion on it. I want to thank everybody who's going to watch this video. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. And yeah, you know the deal. Like, subscribe, comment, share the video. I'm just starting out, so yeah. See you next time. Peace.